No, this one? No, Rod Wave? No.
That shit on TNT?
No. Did you save yours or whatever you said?
Yes, I did it. Hey. If you die, you can't put that money in the grave. You better make sure your spirit is right. If that's what's going in the grave, your body and the flesh suit gets dropped. The rest of you has to account for what you did. I don't own the rights to this music.
True, and I'm born.
We quarantining, y'all. Hey, welcome back. Hey. Hola.
And it is cracking over here. What there?
Okay. Welcome back, welcome back. We're talking about what y'all doing to connect with spirit.
Yeah.
We giving y'all different options, right? Different thoughts, different ways of doing things, different ideas. It starts here.
You know, they can make affirmations of more positive. Conscious affirmations of more love, more joy, more humor.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you can do. And actually be verbal about it. Sometimes you gotta just, say it out loud. You know what I mean? You do. And I think that that's something that everybody should do. Even when it's that you're talking to yourself in the bathroom, in the mirror. I mean, that's an ebo, honestly. When you are talking to yourself in the mirror, because you're talking to your higher self.
Right.
When you're looking in the mirror.
You got to remember that you're not just talking to you, right? Remember I said you're Ori. There is a higher God spark, a part of you that is connected directly. It still resides where spirit dwells, whether you call it heaven or wherever you call it, or Olorun, wherever you call it, right? There's a higher part of you that still remains in the heavens, right? And it is directly connected to you here. That is your Ori. That is your God spark. That connects here. That's a soft spot on your head. That's why the Jews wear the yarmulkes. That's why this part is always covered. Look at any tradition, they always cover that part of the head, right? When they're in the Christian churches, Catholic churches, and they're doing the christenings, that's the part of the head that they pour the water over. That's always the part, right? So you gotta honor that, right? You gotta set your spirits free. You guys have been locked into these flesh suits for so long and done so much of what this world has taught you to do and or be, that you have completely forgotten about spirit, and you're not connected. So when you see people connected, it's weird to you, but you guys to us are the weirdos. Right? Because how could you have this machine and not use it to its fullest capacity? It's the crazy. That's like having a car with headlights and not driving at night because you don't know how to turn on the headlights. Bitch, so you stuck in the house at night every night? That's wild to me. Figure out how that shit turns on.
A change of consciousness can bring you a complete new perspective on the world and how you see things and how you can actually, how you see spirit, how you see yourself,
right?
Which allows you to be able to move and maneuver through this world,
right?
In the flesh and in spirit.
And you guys gotta work through these things, right? So when I was talking to my sister, right, she's our el cantante, she's our singer, right? Her ache is in her hands, her voice, all that kind of shit, right? But the bitch got pipes, right? You know how long and many years I wish I could sing, because she sings, my mother sings, my grandmother sings, right? They did musical. They got to me and they was like, nah, you just pop shit. And I was like, oh, okay. I've heard me. I don't have that gift. Okay, so it's good. I got other gifts and it's all good. But that's where her connection with spirit comes through, because she be singing these old fucking songs that we don't even know where she be getting this shit from sometimes, and it be them. They put the melody here, right? And she has no choice but to sing it, right? That's her in connecting with spirit. And a lot of times it will be gospel music. And it doesn't matter that we're not Christian. It doesn't matter that that's not what we follow. It doesn't matter that we be having chickens and goats and all kinds of shit in here. They want to hear that music. Music is a vibration, right? They remember it, right? It allows them to come closer. It pulls them closer. If we have water out, which is a conduit that allows their energy to flow flow through us, then the energy that we're ringing off, the vibration that we're ringing off, brings them closer to us. What does that allow? That allows for them to talk to us more, connect with us more, help us more, charge us more. We can then charge them more because it's a reciprocated type of relationship, give and take, yin and yang, dark and light, 50-50, right? Push and pull.
And to speak on the fact of the song being the vibration of it doesn't mean that you have to Shaka Khan it. Like there are times even now today, like some days I'm on and popping, and some days I'm like, oh, sorry ancestors, like
y'all got these words.
Pardon me, I was up late last night. You know what I mean? It's like, but the point is, if your spirit is in it, like intention and purpose, and they know that you're singing for them, and you mean every word that you say, then that's all that matters. There's some people that don't like Nita. She doesn't like the way she sounds with certain songs, and there's a certain song she can sing brings me to tears. So it's don't not sing. Just because you feel that you don't, you're not the singer of the group. Sometimes everybody need to belt out a couple.
Right. Right. And if singing is not your thing, so that's one way, right?
Whole bunch
dance.
Of
do you dance? Do your feet hit the bare floor? Because when we're doing these spiritual misas and things of that nature, spirit like barefoot. They like barefoot, right? They like to be barefoot because they want to touch the ground. They can't touch the ground no more, right? So we do that for them to pull them in closer, to connect with their energies just a little bit more. Like, look, my feet are planted on the ground. You ain't felt this ground in a minute.
Yeah,
that is for those, right? And so you dance, right?
Painting,
any
creative
outlet,
honestly.
Make things. I went and bought boards, wood planks from Home Depot, and made shelves and tables for my plants to stand on. What the fuck do I know about wood? I don't know shit about wood and nails. You know what I did? I talked to them. Then I went to Alegua. Then I went to my ancestors first because somebody built some shit back in the day. I don't know who did it, but I'm over here like, yeah. I'm about to go get this stuff. I want to make these tables. What came to me to make these tables? I don't know. One of them. So I followed it. I went with it. I went and bought nails. I went and bought all of this stuff. I had the people in the store cut it. I bought me a saw, an electric saw, all of this kind of stuff. And I put these things together because somebody in my lineage was a builder, was a figure-it-outer, was a maker. What did it do? It allowed me to now put my plants up high and allowed them to get all the sunlight. And so I went and thanked all the spirit guys. Thank you for whoever helped me build this. Egon, I know I asked you to help me build this, yada, yada, yada. What happened in that? I trusted what they told me to do. The shit is standing. Listen, I don't know how the fuck I did this. Don't ask me how. I don't know. I told y'all 9 times out of 10, I don't know half of the stuff that they telling me to do. I listen.
But look, stop questioning it.
Don't question it because that's the block.
That's the block.
When you question it, you are blocking it. And so they like, oh, this fucking marron. They're not listening to me. I keep wasting my breath. I keep wasting my energy. I keep telling this puto this, and they're not listening to me. That's when you're going to find a reader that's going to tell you, like I tell you, why the fuck you not listening? They said you're not listening, that they keep telling you. And then we'll talk about something, and you'll be like, oh, is that what that meant? I'll be like, yo, are you kidding me right now? Oh, okay. So we'll start at scratch. Come on, let's go. Let's start back at scratch. You gotta listen to the voice. My little sister had a dream about a herb the other night. It's when I say it be cracking, I ordered a plant and the seeds. I want to see it in full bloom so I know what it's supposed to look like when the bitch grow. And I bought the seeds to plant it because I want it grown from my own hand. Do y'all do that at all? Look up what the herb and the plant does and then say, oh, this shit is kind of lit. Let me order the plant or the seed and try to grow it.
Yeah. Somebody has said that they hear melodies in their sleep sometimes that they've never heard before. And that part of stop questioning things,
right.
Hum it. Record it into your phone and hum it.
They got that app. You record it. It'll tell you what the song is. Use it.
And or write something to it. Do that, right? And then maybe write something to it. There's so many different ways that you can try to work this, exercise this, like spirit. Because that's you working your spirit and exercising your spirit.
Right.
Right, doing it.
Because just listen. if you sit there and start to write something, how do you know what words are going to come to mind? It may be a message in what you're writing because you are caught up in the melody. This is how spirit will work, right?
Don't fight it.
Don't fight it because you're being creative in that moment to you. But what you're actually doing is connecting to your higher self, which is allowing you to connect with spirit. And in those lyrics, there may be something extremely freeing.
Help me to fight the greatest enemy, which is myself.
Yourself. You are your own greatest enemy. Someone asked me,
I've definitely done that.
we don't need to do that. We have so many blessings and so many gifts, and we've been programmed. And please pay attention to Mother Nature right now. We've been programmed to be inside, to work these jobs, to do all this stuff so that we can't be creative and be free. But that's not what our people did. Us that have melanated origins, that's not what we did. That's not how we flourished. That wasn't it, right? No. Earth said we're going to give them a chance to boost up a little bit. Give them a charge. Give them a chance to get their shit right? So right now you're being watched and you're getting all the time to do all the things that you needed to do to get back to the authentic you. The you that you haven't seen in 40 years, 30 years, 20 years, right? Your 3-year-old, your 2-year-old, right?
Remember your ancestors.
Learn your people. Connect with your people, and then that connects with you, right? You guys can't just stop at your parents. Go to their parents. Okay, so now we can't stop there. They had brothers and sisters. They had cousins. They had children. They too had grandparents. Are we asking any questions about these people?
Can I just say something?
Yes,
about
you can.
That? With that is sometimes the answer, the resolve to the questions that you have and that connectedness that you want, or things, the change in your life and that spark in your life that you want to be different. Sometimes it's you have to just not sit there and just continue to question why, and what without the research, right? So without actually literally trying to change things and be active yourself. Right. So because when you get stuck in the questioning and you're really not, what are you doing to maneuver things in the universe and around you and maneuver your working your own spirit? Like what are you doing? You're just sitting there. So ancestors is watching you, your spirit guides is watching, universe is watching you. You know what I mean? Sometimes things are called yale. You're not given to you on a silver platter.
Right.
It's just handed to you. You have to show how much you want it, right? So you have to work for it because don't you want a warrior on your team? I don't want nobody that's gonna half-ass it and be like, oh, I could just get by today if the just a little bit. I don't want that. I want fighters. I want somebody that I can depend on. And so do your ancestors. But it's so simple in the give and take and the reciprocity of it all. But you're just showing the universe, like, look at the action and what I'm starting to do to start to move this thing along.
Right. Because, like I told y'all before, I don't gotta buy the botanica to get what I need to get from my people. It be the simplest of things that they'll ask me for because they know where I'm doing it from, right? Listen, we got natural ashe. We've been born with natural ashe. That's the way we come. That's our bloodline. That's what it is. That's how our spirits come, right? We came to do something. We do it right, and we do it from the kindness of our hearts. We do it because we don't want people to suffer. We do it because this is all for the good of y'all, right? And when I say y'all, I mean the world, right? Our people, right? So we are automatically going to be able to touch something and it be able to produce something that's going to help somebody because that's why I touched it in the first goddamn place. It wasn't to make a buck. It wasn't to try to be lit. It wasn't to none of that kind of stuff. I said, what does this thing do? This cleans, it does all this. Oh my God, I want to see if I can grow this, right? If I can grow it, then I can clean myself and I can clean my family. And if I have extra left over, then I can maybe give it to somebody else to help them clean them. Or I can offer it to somebody else. They'll make it pop. You know why? Because when I bought those seeds, it wasn't about how much money I can make off of this. It wasn't about none of the earthly stupid things because spirit money, they don't give a fuck about cash, coin, money. They don't care about it, right? I told y'all before, I speak to them in a language that they understand. That's energy. Right?
And y'all better take heed to when someone does, there's a lot of us out there and that do what they do. So the spiritual healing comes from a place of where they've experienced things in their life. So that is something that is very, I think that should always stay very prevalent in people's minds as to the real true healers that are sincere in heart and thought and mind and in spirit of where they're coming from with it. The ones that give selflessly.
Right.
is from a place of love and a place of of having experienced some things that you know and you already can see it, and you don't want somebody else to go through it. At least that's where we come from.
Right. So we here, right? We're telling y'all these things. We're giving you things that you can do to try to turn it up a little bit. Do something different. Stop being so negative. Think positively about your life. When you wake up tomorrow, what's your plan gonna be? What you gonna do? Yesterday was coochie cleaning day for me. I had my yoni steam going. I steamed my yoni. I bust out all of my yoni eggs, all of that kind of stuff. Listen, it was coochie cleansing day for me, inside and out. Today I took care of the rest of it and did the head, right, and the body. But I started off with the coochie, right? Listen. You got to figure it out. There's always something that you can be doing to make yourself feel better. There's always something that you can be doing to cleanse up a part of energy around you, through you, with you, on you, anything. When your coochie feel new, you feel new. I don't care what nobody say. When you feel like you got new coochie, everything in the world feels grand, and it was sunny as fuck yesterday. That's because I had a new coochie. Thank me for that. Y'all welcome. Listen. For real.
Fucking nuts.
Do things that make you feel good like that.
Absolutely.
That's all I'm
100.
saying.
100. Like, for real.
Why not? Nobody. I was in here underneath my plants. I was like, new coochie, new coochie, new coochie. 3 times 3. Y'all want to ask for money? Ask for a new cooch. You feel good at the end of that. It detoxifies your body. It does all kinds of good healing things for your organs and stuff that you want to use all the time. Like, make them fresh and new, please. Could you? Right.
You gotta do things even if it seems silly or maybe sounds silly. It may sound silly to you probably because it's not something that you normally do, but do it. So if steaming, doing a yoni steaming is, sounds a little crazy to you, then, then that's the first thing on your list.
Right. Go steam your coaches. It's okay.
Do something different.
Right. Thank you kindly. Right. You feel all brand new. You gotta start your coochie over.
And that's not living by somebody else's judgment. No fear of no one else's judgment or rejection. Who are they?
Right.
Live your life.
Right.
That's how you be free in mind and in spirit.
Right.
And it's a struggle every day.
Right.
It's a struggle every day. We all gotta, what do you call that?
Calibrate.
Yeah,
start over again. Every day is a new day. You got a new day to wake up and do something different today. Utilize it to do something different than what you did the day before.
Or do it right. You saw the mistake you did yesterday. Right?
Let's not do it again today.
That's right.
I cannot with y'all with the constant relationships with the same people over and over and over again. Don't talk to me and I'm pointing out your history of the last 4 persons that you were with, and I'm looking at it and you don't see the pattern, and I'm telling you the pattern, and you about to take another step into that same pattern, and when I throw my shoe at the back of your fucking neck and tell you stupid, all right, sit down. Now, do you not see what just happened the last 4 times? What is going to make this 5th time different? You're the same person. You have done nothing to change yourself. Have you looked at each of these relationships and found out what were the similarities other than yourself, right? What are the similarities that these people have? Are they any of them giving you the things that you needed? Are you talking to them anymore to ask for the things that you need or tell them the things that you require? What have you done along the lines to make changes in these things for this to come out to be different than the last 4 times? If you've done nothing, you get the same response.
The first question within that whole thing, that scenario, is to question yourself. What should you be changing about yourself? What am I doing that's the common denominator? Because that's the whole problem. Nobody wants to turn and look inward because it is uncomfortable. It is hurtful. It's painful at times. But that is the transition and the transition that has to happen, and that whole experience that has to happen for you to get to the new. Get to the truth and be able to actually live in your truth.
You think it's supposed to be easy? If you are being rebirthed and you're being reborn, remember how it was when you had a kid? That shit is hard to have a baby rip through your loins and all of that other kind of stuff to bring another life into this world. You are rebirthing yourself. That shit gonna hurt just the same, right? The emotional pain, you gonna feel like you dying. You're not. Just like you thought you was dying when you having that baby, you didn't. It's it's bull. It don't feel great, but you forget it once you get through it. Same concept. right? Emmanuel, you can steam your dick and your balls too. You just gotta find the herbs that work for you to do the steams, right? It's lingam steams, right? Yoni is for the women, lingam is for the men. It's a lingam steam. There are herbs you dip the same way. You just hold your shit up a little higher so you don't hit the bowl where that heat is coming from, right?
With instructions and stuff.
You do find out the instructions. It's a lingam steam. Get all them dead coochie energy off of you too. Yes, you can do the same thing. That is still
Bye, Darren.
That is still your organ. That is still where your life force is coming from to pass on to the next. I'm gonna fight the next generation. Lingam steams. Look it up, my love. Yes, baby. You do. Men do it too. Yes. It's not just for us. Yup.
Everything that please look at yourself in the mirror too.
Yep.
Like, talk to yourself. Affirmations, like seriously, men and women. This is not anything that is just for female. Listen, emasculation, because it's something very emasculative. Is that the word I want to use?
We'll go with it for now.
Okay. That's something that's very emasculating about not being knowing spirit and being in tune with your spirit and honoring who you are. Right. That is not a only feminine term. That's for male and females as well. Emasculating.
Right.
We don't want that.
For none of y'all.
Nobody. I'm tongue-tied.
Tomorrow, when I talk about doing masses at churches and things of that nature and pulling on energy sources and stuff, Briumbo Congo 7... And Grecia, I know they're doing a prayer.
Hello,
I think it's Monday, right? At like 6:00 to do a uniform prayer to have everybody praying at the same time. If you so choose to join in on the prayer time, look at the reasons, right? If you could get multiple people at the same time to pray for the same thing, you're pulling in all the energy that's being sent into the universe at that time. Mm-hmm. That is a powerful thing to do. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So why would you not? Why would you not? Monday at 6:00. Thank you, Kim. So if there are things that you want to do in conjunction with that, that is the time to do it. The energy is already being put forth. The water, which is the conduit, everybody got to have a glass of water. So conduits are being opened in multiple places across the United States where people are, right? You got to put a light there, right? So there's light being lit for you guys across the board. You're siphoning on all of that energy to make it pull into one, right? Let me come in. No, you're not coming here to promote. You're gonna take over. Wait a minute. So why would you not do that? You need to do that especially if you're feeling stuck and against the wall and by yourself and alone. We utilize the energy sources that are available to us for us to accomplish the things that we want to accomplish when we're doing things in the spiritual walk. That's why I go to the Catholic Church. You think I just want to be sitting in the Catholic Church? No, I need the energy of the people that's in the church and where I'm at to pull in on the other people. So this is why we do these things. So if someone is offering you this, right, then you know at that time you follow these people. You look at these people. Chrissy don't give nothing but energy over her shit. Alex, he's going to give you some messages. He's going to give you some energy. He ain't so hyphy all the time, but he's still giving you good information, good intel, all that good shit, right? Why would you not siphon off of that? Add to that. Put in your piece of that. This is Voltron.
Can I just say that? Intention and purpose. It's not for the flex of it. It's not just to be down or just to have your name pop up on the screen that you join or whatever. Do it with an intention and a purpose. Right. Only do it with that's it.
Have your heads covered. Have your ancestors list. If you got spirit guides, you calling on them too. Everybody in on this.
Write down.
Write down a list,
what you want to manifest during that prayer before it happens.
Go in with a plan. I said this fucking world is the art of war. If you are not planning, then you are losing. I say that all the time. You know it's happening tomorrow. You end tomorrow Sunday at that. The people can't get to the churches. Oh, they're gonna be in the house using their Bibles. They going through it. It's a high prayer time tomorrow. Tomorrow they said Monday. It don't matter. It's going to be enough for them. They got enough followers for enough people to be praying at that particular time for you to be able to get in there and put yours in there too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then get what you need from that, right? Yeah. It's going to charge your energy source, your energy bank, right? When we do things and work in spirit, it helps us to charge up. Right? Initially, we'll be hype, right? We'll sleep the next day, but that day, we can lift buildings. That's how it feels sometimes. So we take advantage of that and do the things that we can do when we can do them, right? People are offering you these things. It's free 99. Get on there and do that. Oh, I got a question that said, every time I start to make progress, someone starts to do work on me to block me and stop me. How do you stop them? Because it's because of jealousy. How do you know that somebody's doing work against you? If it's because of jealousy, that means you know who they are. Are you in contact with them? Are they not blocked from every aspect of your life? I mean, across the board. I don't care if it's your mother. Are they not blocked from every aspect across the board? I wouldn't know that you were doing something against me unless I went to a reader that told me specifically that you did X, Y, and Z. And then you got to tell me exactly how they did it. Because it can't just be the evil eye or that they're talking shit about me, because that's not doing something to me. I don't give a fuck about the people. You can look at me all kinds of crazy ways and talk as much shit about me as you want. If you pick up something spiritual to toss it at my way, I'm going to cut your fucking arms off. But just your mouth and your words and that shit doesn't affect me. I care not. That doesn't, no. I give that no power.
But the reason why she doesn't give that any power is because every day just egg on woman, right? But this is what our family is, right?
Okay.
Beginning and ancestor veneration. So if you just stay so much, that much closer and more diligent and have a better connection, or more of an active, I won't say better, active connection with your ancestors, that wouldn't even be a thought, maybe not as heavy in your mind that you would even have to ask the question. Why? Because ancestors are always your first line of defense, number one. And you got some scrappers in there. We all do.
Right.
And they would not even allow no petty shit to come through the front line.
Right.
To even affect you. You wouldn't even know because they've already chopped that shit off.
Right. And please understand that 90% of these things are tests. They testing you to see, did you level up? Are you still doing? The last time we threw a hater at you, what'd you do with that hater? Did you level up? Because if you're still worrying about it, that means that you did not level up and you did not learn the lesson, and so we're here again, right? Did you buck up? Did you strap up? Did you get closer to your ancestors like she just said? You giving power to shit that don't deserve no power by continuously talking about it.
And first of all, the way that they still be on your front lines, like the first one who's up first to bat in ancestors, if you gave them food last week or the last week and you just started doing it constantly, or giving them coffee every day or whatever, that's all they need to actually be up in that attention.
Right.
That's it.
Energy. They with you anyway. Just because you know, and then y'all get into the idea of, I can only talk to my guides if I'm out front of my spiritual stuff. I talk to my guides everywhere, anywhere. I don't give a shit where I'm at, where I go, they go. If I call their name, they there. If I say ooh, they there. I don't even gotta listen. Let me feel like I'm in a little bit of a panic. Oh, somebody's showing up like everything good.
But the point is, she doesn't always go to them only when she needs help. If she feels like she's in trouble,
right?
Or need it every day.
Every day, I tell y'all this all the time, because
Good
I'm in their face 24/7, good, bad, or indifferent. That I can go to them at any time and they're going to answer me. Someone asked if we sisters. Yes, this is my sister, my blood sister. We got the same mother and the same father.
Exactly. And the same way, the way that you can look at it is, if I wake up in the morning and I look at her and she doesn't say good morning, but she said good morning to me yesterday or whatever, I'm like, what's your problem?
Right, bitch.
Same thing with ancestors. Like, what you said hello to me yesterday. I had food yesterday. Today I don't get no coffee.
Right.
Today you just gave me your ass to kiss.
How dare you?
It's that type of relationship, that type of communication. That's it.
Right. So
that's the beginning. That's not it.
Right. We started off with worrying about people doing stuff to you. It's a test. Right? What are you doing different?
Right.
What did you do? Well, why are you still in communication with them? Have you not blocked them yet? Have you not cut them off yet? What have you done to make sure that your spiritual ass is clean, your spiritual house is clean, you're thinking of different things, and you are elevating? When your energy elevates to a level and a frequency that haters cannot handle, they fall at the waistline. And we let them fall at the waistline. You know how we do that? We ignore them until it's poof, pow, be gone. And then you tell your ancestors, send them over there. Take them over. Don't let them fucking come over here by me. I don't want to deal with them no more. And then you don't deal with them. You don't follow them either. You don't look to see if they connected with people. Listen, I don't play that. I'm friends with you, but I'm not friends with them. I cut all you motherfuckers off. The whole group of you bitches gotta go. I don't care if I like one. You still associating with them. How much are you still associating with them? That means that you got a level of vibration that be low enough to fuck with these bitches too. And so therefore you must go too, boo-boo. Bye-bye. Yep. I see you want to come up. Not mine, yours, because I'm already up. That's how. That's how you block them.
I like that one.
Oh, right. Right. I'm not doing that with you. Throw something else. Go tell your ancestors. She throwing something else, throw it back. Go get a revocation candle and burn it. But that's if you know specifically. If you don't know specifically that they really doing something, you reversing the shit that you started back to you, and it's only putting a gun to your own head. Don't do that. That's why we don't worry about people.
Worry, because that's what I was about to say. Because that's you're worrying too much about the wrong shit.
Right.
Period. And you're giving it too much energy. When that happens, that you got to just get out of that mindset. And because when you give something to the ancestors, you give it to them. You don't still worry about it every day. Oh, I hope it's working. I hope it's... No, because I know you have to... That's that blind faith. You trust in who your ancestors are.
Right.
Who's your spiritual guide?
Right.
Who rocks for you?
Right.
The same kind of like confidence you would have if it was like somebody that you call, that's my best friend, that's my ride or die, that's my this. That's ancestors. That's Egun.
Right.
Okay? That's what that is.
Right.
Who they are.
Right. All day.
So you don't have to worry about it. That is, you're wasting time. You're wasting energy. That's about 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day. You just wasted out of your life that you cannot get back.
Right. So that's what that on that. We're not worried about what they throwing, what you doing. You still walking around. You still got whatever you got. What are they doing specifically to you that you think that they're doing something? Every time you get so far, you get turned back at somebody else. Oh, everybody else is coming at you like one after the other for this. For what? What are you doing that they coming after you for? Every time you get so far to do what? Who's coming after you? You. It's you. It's in your head. They're not doing nothing to you. They hating on you. So what? You know how many people hate on me? I don't give a fuck.
And I promise you, in that moment, when I start thinking about somebody hating on me or whatever, what can I do to make some money or to keep my mind active or to just honor my spirit? What can I do right now in this moment, that'll make me feel better?
Right.
I'll get up and I'll do it.
Right, because you're channeling that energy. You have to channel that energy, right, Gracia? Use that energy for your own come up. You can't waste that on them. I'm using that to manifest better things for myself and for my family. I'm not worrying about what's going on in the world today and this coronavirus and all this other dumb shit. I don't give a fuck about this shit. You know how many things we done lived through? You think we not gonna live through this? I told y'all earlier, I'm out of toilet tissue. We've been using paper towel. Guess what? I bought paper towel in bulk because I thought it was toilet tissue and I didn't know, and it wipes the same. It's soft. What will I do on Monday when the people that do go to work have to go to work? I'll go and get me some toilet tissue from somewhere. I'm not stressing that shit. I got food. I'm good. I got shelter. What's the problem? You're out here panicking. Go steam your faces. I said that already. Bacteria can't live in the heated environments. Get a pot. Steam some water, get a towel, put your face over it, steam your face, throw some salt in there, I don't know, some orange peels.
Well, you can do that for aromatherapy in the house as well. So
it's a double combo right there.
Free, right? Faucet water, right? You could do that, but any fruit you have in the house. So yes, orange, lemon, lime, cinnamon sticks, or just if you have powdered cinnamon, put it in that pot and let that boil. And then when the smoke starts to come, you'll notice that the smell, the aroma around the house, that's like making potpourri, something like that.
Potpourri.
Aromatherapy, it's good
for the house.
Yeah.
Just do that shit and kill the Rona at the same time, and then go sit down and do something. Y'all worried about bullshit. Listen, we done went through much worse. We've survived much worse. We will survive this too. Yeah. We are not the ones that are dropping off, right? We know this, right? We eating healthy. We're boosting our immune systems. We're not doing dumb shit. We're washing our hands. We're not touching our faces. We're using gloves. We're not being in places where people are on top of each other. None of that kind of stuff, right? If we be smart, use common sense. We don't all have common sense. This is why I'm telling this now. Put it in your pocket and save a little bit of this common sense. Oh, we'll be fine. Yes, Mother Earth is listen, the universe is saying, shh, y'all fucking me up. Y'all tearing me up. And I'm sick of y'all. So, I'm going to give those that are more spiritually inclined a chance to climb to the top for a moment. And if you dumbasses ain't grabbing on the rope to climb to the top, then I don't know what you here for. To complain? And be part of the problem? No, let's be part of the solution. How are we being part of the solution? Because you can't come out of this the same person that you went into this as. There is no way that you should have gone into this quarantine time and come out the same person that you was if you were looking to be spiritually inclined. So, that's just the craziest thing if you think that you should be doing that. Absolutely not. That's not the purpose of this. This was a blessing in disguise. Someone put that earlier. You absolutely right, love. This is a blessing in disguise for all of you who wanted more time to do the things that you needed to do. For all of you that were exhausted from your mundane day-to-day working for the man. For all of you who were tired of running back and forth with your kids from work, making food, all this other kind of stuff. Now you're home. Right?
Universe challenging you to think differently.
Y'all want to do all the fucking challenges in the world. Do the universe challenge. Be a better person. Be spiritually inclined. Awaken spiritually.
What did your ancestors do when they didn't have anything? And they made it work. They had food on the table for, or whatever they had in their laps, or whatever they had to do with under way worse conditions.
Way worse.
So if you run out of toilet tissue, or if you are sick, like that's when you go to get herbs. You start thinking, remembering back to what our ancestors used to do and what they didn't have, especially before you start to complain about what you didn't have. Right. That means start to think differently.
And pay attention to your dreams. If you dream of a lady at the river, I don't know why I'm seeing this. Lady at the river washing stuff in the river, get some river water, right? If you see somebody doing something with some herbs in a basket, how about you go get a little basket and put some herbs in the basket? How about you do that? How about you connect to these energies? Everybody has a spirit guide. Nobody's by themselves. Everybody got one. You got to learn that one for the rest to start trickling in for them to teach you as you go. Nothing is overnight. Nothing is going to be all at once. Invest yourself. When you invest yourself, you're investing in yourself. You are all you got in this walk. If your shit ain't clicking here, then the world can do what they want with you. Let's not allow that.
Please don't.
If you gotta take notes and keep a book so that you can keep your thoughts together, it's okay. Nobody cares what people think about what you have to do to keep yourself focused. That is the start. It's not always gonna be like that. Yeah, well, Kim, you know why the 9 pennies? Because is sick of you.
Listen, I can't do that with that.
Mama, listen, when I say people left my life, right before this went down, I felt like a burden lifted. Went and connected and focused. Right? Because people are burdened sometimes. People are burdened sometimes. 9, Oya's number is 9, and 9 is the number of the dead. That's what 9 represents. And for her, it's for Orisha. I just told you, Blackwater, what that was for. Her specifically. If you know Oya's energy and you know Yemeya's energy, you know that the water and the waves don't move without the wind. And the wind is Oya. So they work very closely together, my darling. You got to know these energies, right? When we look at Orisha, we're looking at these statues and stuff. No, they are a force of nature. What part of nature are they linked with? What part of nature do they govern? And in knowing what they govern, you know how to maneuver and work with them within this world. And you know that when these messages come in, where they coming from? Because who governs this? I know that in these pantheons, these particular energies govern this water. So if I know that what my ancestors practice, we all from Haiti, or we're Haitian and we're from the islands and all this other kind of stuff, then I know that we got root women back there. We got bush women back there. So I'm going to tap into all of them bush women, and use the things that they use to heal and clean and purify their families, right? Because they lead that into you, because they need you to do that and carry that on, because that's what worked for them, so it's going to work for you. That's how you connect with them.
Y'all better dig deeper than just the images of what y'all see online, and dig into the actual energies and the properties of what the Orishas represent.
Right, Grecia, just that particular thing with the 9 pennies is specifically for Kim with her and Oya. That's not for everybody, but 9 is Oya's number, okay? Oya is birds too. She is the wind, she is the air. Birds don't fly on the ground, they're in the air, so anything that flies is hers.
The course of change, the movement. Come on now.
Right, in Jamaica, that's your bush woman, Kim. So that's who you utilize when you're doing your herbs and your things. You call on that particular energy. And the reason why we want to know whose energy is doing what, because when we're doing certain things, we want to know what connects us to them. Right? That's how you learn them. That's how you learn what systems it is that they were using. What are they working by? Some of them will tell you, I'm not working by no particular system. I know the herbs. So bitch, do this, and you do it. Mushrooms have been showing me people moving, fun, connecting back to nature, what sustains us. Right. Blackwater, you're not Jamaican. What does that mean? I didn't say you was Jamaican. I don't get it. I lost something. I missed something. Yeah, your dreams is telling you to be leery of people. That means that you need to be cleaning out your circle. Who are these people and why are you so close to them? Why are you so close to people? You don't got to be Jamaican to be into the herbs, Blackwater. You need to think Native Americans ain't deal with herbs. I mean, listen, there's always somebody across the board. You think Spanish people ain't deal with the herbs? Anybody who lives in the Asians deal with everybody deal with the herbs. It's across the board. There's one person in your family that dealt with the herbs, and his ancestors, all that.
Every blood lineage dealt with herbs. If you dig back far enough, every blood lineage.
Right. The point is, right, Indians, what do you think they did? What, the shamans, what do you think they used? Herbs. Everything is herbs.
So much. This is universal stuff.
Right.
Take
the labels away. Take the labels off of it for a second. Nature work.
The nationality.
All of that. Take all that off of it. Strip it down. What is it? It's nature. Right? Back down to it. Universal laws and nature. Take the names and the labels off of it. It gives you the same thing.
Yes.
Whether I said I did it through my Native Americans, my Congos, my bada.
Where you from, it doesn't even matter.
It came from the earth.
Yep.
And the earth is alive.
Yeah.
We got to think positive. We got to make better decisions. Right. A bush is a bush across the board. Every place got a bush. That don't put no continent on it. It's a bush. It's a bush. I think that was the questions. One other thing that I did want to say, sometimes we get caught up into, so I work on multiple different things, right? And I have multiple different guides that help me when I do my work. I don't do any of my work that I do alone. I got different guides for different things, for different stuff. And sometimes I want to work on something and the guide don't feel like doing it right now. So at that moment, I can be 30%, 40%, 90%, 80% complete with a project and have to put that down and walk away from it, because at that moment this guide is pulling back for whatever reason and allowing the energies of my next guide to come in for me to start working on something else. So I'll have to switch gears, right, to now work with this new guide, not new for me, but new in this moment for what I'm doing, right, to go back to something that she does that he didn't do. So sometimes you can't get caught up into, oh, I want to finish this, I want to finish this. You have to follow spirit sometimes. When they say, I don't feel like doing this right now, move on to something else. That does not mean that you quit. Just know that I'm going to do this now, and I'm going to try it again tomorrow, or I'm going to try it again in 2 days, or I'm going to go and pray a little bit more, right, to my spiritual court, to my ancestors, and say, these are the things that I want to do. I need to connect with spirit so that I can get these things accomplished, and then you follow their lead.
Because what will happen is you will start to maneuver with whatever project you're doing much more smoother.
Right.
Because I've done that, and I've fought myself
right.
with that. Like, nope, I got to do it. I said when I woke up, I talked to Eshu, I was like, nope, this is what I want to do, and I have to get done today. And it's like, it's not working. Things get broken. It just won't move. But when you do what Lanita just said, and then you just honestly just let it be, doesn't mean you sit there and then now go and to have a drink, or just don't. You take a 5, but you come back.
Right.
You understand? Because you're still trying to work in a different way.
Right.
And then it'll just flow smoother.
Right.
That just means your energy was supposed to be over here rather than over there.
Right. In that moment.
In the moment. And then you'll come back to it, and then it's going to flow like crazy.
Right. And see, spirit will test you that way sometimes too, because you have to know when they feel like being bothered, right? I say it all the time, these are relationships that you're nurturing. You know when your man don't feel like being bothered, you know when your woman don't feel like being bothered. Sometimes spirit be doing something else, and they don't feel like being bothered with doing that just in that moment. You feel like doing it, but they don't feel like doing it. So they be like, nah, you can't force them to do that. It's very simple. You cannot fight spirit. Don't fight spirit. You're fighting yourself. You're fighting against everything that's put here to work with and for you. Don't fight them. Stop fighting them. Let it flow organically.
And that circles back to the connectivity of it all, because that's you now then listening.
Right.
It doesn't have to be that voice.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or that, and the thunder cracked and the things rolled. Right. It don't have to be all of that. But that's you now listening to spirit. So now things is just going to start moving in a good forward direction.
Right.
Progress. Growth.
That's didn't we start off with saying this is the name of the game? Progress, growth, elevation, all that good stuff. Learning. You came here to learn. All of this. This is all in what the walk is. This is all in why you humans are walking in this flesh suit on this plane. To learn, to grow, to elevate. That's it. What are we doing? Who feels stuck? Who's bored? Nobody should be bored in their house at this time. Yeah. You lazy bastards. There should be no reason why you're bored. If you're bored, that means that you are still fleshy. You're not dealing in spirit, and you trying to be basic again. No. This time is to pull you out of basic mode and put you in gear. Everybody come out of neutral. This is the time to come out of neutral. You've been in neutral all this time. Neutral got you here. We don't like neutral. We need to be prepared next time when some shit cracks off. How are we being prepared? Spirit's going to tell you. You know what my spirit did? Made me have everything set up in place before this shit cracked off. My money is straight. I don't got to worry about where nothing's coming from. Everything is good. You know why? They said do this now. But I was like, well, when am I going to do it? They was like, at the beginning of the year, you do this. I didn't ask no questions. I didn't ask, well, why? Bitch, they told me to do it when the year cracked off. I did it when the year cracked off. And here we are in March with a pandemic. And y'all waiting on money from the government. I'm not. Obedient to spirit. They see what's coming when you don't. Period. I want to know what's coming when you don't know what's coming so that I'm prepared. That's why they're here. They are the cliff notes to life. They are the cheat sheet to this shit. You think that everybody was dropped on this plane with no assistance? They gave us a fully equipped kit and said, you just have to turn it on and figure out how to get to where you need to be. We're going to give you all this stuff, right? If you don't wake up and activate it, then it doesn't ever work for you. If you wake up and activate it, then the sky's the limit. What did we do, bitch? I woke up and started hitting buttons. Bitch, control on, power,
I think,
on.
The puzzle doesn't always make sense. It's the same when you pour it all out and they look all crazy and everything. So if that's, ancestors, veneration, and just being well within spirit and living good and feeling good, right? And that connectivity, it doesn't make sense. But the end result of this is what the ancestors want, right? If you want to think about it like that. So as you start, don't question it, but this piece fits here. This shape fits here. But I don't know what it is. After you put it together, okay, this fits here. So now you sit back, you look, you got a little bit of an arm, Okay, so point being, you keep going. Right now, you got a little bit of a leg. Now, the shape of the person is starting to form, or the bird, or whatever the hell it is,
Right.
starts to form. And so the point is, you don't always have to have a direct answer to your question at the beginning. So, like, how can I get exactly what Designs by L. White has? Tell me exactly now.
It's the journey, babies.
And you doing the work, though, in that journey.
That's right, because that's where you learn. What do we learn? We learn our strengths. We learn our weaknesses, because your strengths and your weaknesses are equally important, right? Yeah. You gotta know what your weaknesses are so that you can alleviate them. How do we alleviate them? We take the power away from what causes us to be weak. Why are we weak? We were taught to fear. That makes us weak. Why were we taught to fear? Because we were beat when we expressed ourselves as children. Was that wrong? Yes. Shadow work. I don't have anything to fear. What do I have to fear? Every day I wake up. I'll go to work every day. I have plenty of things to fear on a daily basis. Why would I fear them? I'm still here. I'm still moving. That means that I have a purpose. There's no fear involved when I've been allowed to wake up today and serve my purpose. I'm serving it. I'm walking in my walk, and I'm living in my truth. There are going to be times where the rains come. I got an umbrella in the back, and when I don't got an umbrella, I got a raincoat. Why? Because I'm prepared. Why? Because I knew something was coming. Why? Because Spirit told me. Why? Because I sat with them and talked to them. Why? Because I asked. Why? Because I decalcified my pineal gland and woke up and popped my third eye open and started seeing and hearing and listening and learning and growing and elevating and vibrating higher and taking the hits when they come and passing the tests and not letting tedious motherfuckers drag me down, cutting them off at the waistline when they started they bullshit and I saw it becoming a problem, telling ancestors to push back on niggas if they came too close. There are ways. We have to make sure that our ancestors' altars and our above the tables are not jimbly jambly messed up with a bunch of bullshit just to have a bunch of bullshit. That lets me know that that's how your head is. If you take notes and they are not in a concise manner that you can't read the notes, bang, 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 that tells me that your mind works like this. You have got to pay attention to that and start numbering things. 1. This was the first thought. 1A. This was a thought that I had that was in connection to that. 2. Start writing stuff down, right? Format it, right? Life.
Oh.
Bitch. Life.
Oh.
Format your life.
Yes,
listen, let me tell you something. My family be joking, teasing me, talking about I got OCD. Listen, if I go into your refrigerator and the big stuff is on the bottom and the small stuff is on the top, I want to fight because it's the dumbest shit I've ever seen. The refrigerator was made for tall bottles to be on the top and small items on the bottom. There's no reason why a bottle should be laying on the bottom and something small is at the top. That means that you don't structure your life accordingly and that you're too lazy to look at it for what it is and put things in its proper place, in its proper space to make things for room for the things that should be there. That's what that says to me. It's not that I'm OCD. I'm looking at how you move. It translates into your life. If I'm looking at your notes and you got one here and one here and one here and I got to look all over the paperwork to try to figure out what you were doing, that tells me that that's the way that your mind works. That's the way that you live your life. And so Spirit can't keep what the fuck is you doing? I'm over here. Scattered and helter-skelter. Yeah. Holding it in.
Organization. Take a day. Put your notes together. Put your thoughts together. Write it. Like you said, write it down.
If this is you, fix it. I just called you out. Make conscious effort not to do that. Make room. If you have a bunch of stuff on your altar space, it does not need to be a bunch of stuff, right? We can use the walls behind us. We want important stuff. We don't want just a bunch of bullshit. If you got a bunch of letters and things like that, put them in a box and put the box over there if you want to. Don't have the letters spread out all across the place. It looks messy. It looks jumbly. Nobody wants to continuously read the same letter. They know they wrote it. Put it in a box and put it over there. We use natural elements, right? Wood. Y'all got to clean your heads. Thank you, Natty. Head rogations. Y'all got to clean your heads. Y'all got to wash your heads. Y'all got to take care of the dome piece, right? Yeah, you can't be scattered, baby girl. You got to pull that in. That's how if you scattered, you're never going to be quiet enough to hear spirit when they whisper, because they come in a whisper a lot. In the beginning. Until you clear it up. Then it's no longer a whistle, but it takes time and it takes work and it takes years, right? It's not tomorrow. It's going to take you to put all of those things in order. Your life has to be in order. They want you to be in order. The more order that you have, the more order that they're going to allow you to have when it comes to them, because you have to have order and conditioning when you're dealing with them. So that's part of it. You can't just join the army, the military, the Navy, none of that. None of that. They put you through basic training first. You got to go through your basic training. They want your bed made. They want your shoes polished. Your belt buckle got to look a certain way. You got to make that bed a certain way. Them corners better be cut. All of that. Same thing. You dealing with people's lives too. You dealing with your own life. You dealing with the lives of your children, right? You dealing with, if you want to come in and help people, you dealing with people's lives. You have got to be conditioned. Why? Because nothing should be able to shake you. This, shit that's going on right now shouldn't be able to shake not near one of y'all on here pumping spiritual nothing. Nobody should be OEOI unless you over 70 and your fucking immune system already has problems and you already have what is this called? Not nasal.
I don't know what you're trying
Girl,
to do.
all of these types of issues, then you shouldn't be worrying about this. You shouldn't be feeding that energy of negativity. That should not be what you are doing. Spirit will find any way that they can to send you a confirmation that they have told you something. If you're paying attention and you pick it up on the signals and the signs. Respiratory. Thank you, higher consciousness.
Oh.
Thank you, Kim. Girl, y'all know I blanked out for a second. Spirit is your ancestors. And anything that's dead is when I say that you was here and you not here, that's the spirit I'm talking about. You lived on this earth at one point and now you're not. That's spirit. When I say spirit, that's what I mean. Ancestors, Agun, a spiritual court, spiritual guides, Orisha. Orisha. All of that. Spirit, asthma, all that. You got all of them issues and then you stay in the house, dumbass. Stay inside. Clean yourself. Eat your fruits and vegetables and herbs and all of the good stuff. The rest of y'all, sit down. Go find something to do. Go talk to your kids and tell them how grandma was with you when she was little so that they'll have the memories that you don't have because your mother never told you how grandma was with her. They got to know these people too. This is the goal. We're not sitting here trying to be at home, bored, watched everything on Netflix, have done nothing. That's ludicrous. That's ludicrous. We were in the park yesterday. We went and did a whole photo shoot. We took pictures, everything. We were by the water, all of that.
We had so much fun.
We had so much fun, right? After I steamed my coochie. I did so many things yesterday. This is what I'm saying, right? I'm just saying it's never just one thing. What did I do today? I got up. I greeted everybody. I changed waters. I changed coffee. I prayed. I spoke to people. I cracked crystals. What did we do? I don't know. I did a bunch of stuff. I fed my turtles. I fed my goldfish. And I'm here, right? Talking to y'all. Passing message from spirit saying, get it together. You guys are not lost. You guys are not alone. We're not walking into houses without proper questioning of the people. We're not allowing people access to our spirit without knowing who they are. We are vetting these people. We are being careful. We are being safe. We are connecting with spirit.
Focus on your own process. One day at a time. One step at a time.
Yeah.
How are you progressing?
So he was cheating and it shook you. Now what? Where you at with him? Is he gone? Have you decided then, looked at all of the things that you accepted over the course of time that was no good for you? Every red flag that he showed you, every time that you said that you should not be dealing with this and you stayed, are you ready to finally make that move and say enough is enough and stand on that and not confuse the energies of the universe by saying, well, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. Today you love him, tomorrow you don't. It's about the kids. No, the kids are watching how he's treating you. They're learning from your guys' actions. Are you teaching them to be weak or are you teaching them to be strong? You teaching them to be able to push away from the things that are not good for them. You're learning them. When I say learning them, that means teaching them. 27 seconds remaining. We're not coming back. I think we've passed on the messages. I want to thank my sister underneath the blush for being here with me tonight. And you guys do better. This was a spot check. I gave you some information. Please listen to it. Please ask the questions. Please write them down. Stop allowing everybody access to your spirits. You guys got this. Let your guides lead you, please. That's the safe way. Be blessed.